Hello and welcome everybody here to round 2 of GRS season 6. We arrived in Japan, not that far from Brazil where round 1 took place. We're here in Suzuka, just roughly 100 kilometers northeast of Osaka, I think. And the first cars are going out on track already. So let me just set everything up. I think the first car was David Hoy. Yes, it was indeed. We arrive after a very interesting round 1, I'll say. Round 1 in Brazil had loads of battles, loads of incidents as well, unfortunately. And obviously we hope that the battles will continue a little bit cleaner, as we watch David Hoy, who got, I think, 10th place in Brazil, followed by an Alpine that is not Luke Mills, it's Edwin Schwander. I'm still not sure. He DNF'd, unfortunately. If I remember, was quite early on in the race. So yeah, he obviously looks to improve this race and not DNF. I'm sure he's got the potential to be one of the best drivers on this grid. He qualified very well. Yeah, but anyways, let's go on board with David Hoy for the moment and see how he takes this Suzuka circuit. Yeah, down the start finish straight past the pit lane we go into turn 1, tricky braking zone as it's a long right-hander. Takes it very nice in 5th gear, and now through the S's of sector 1 he goes. Important to keep the minimum speed very high, but of course to always prepare your corner exit for the next corner, as he goes through Dunlop and now into Degner 1. Very quick right-hander followed by a little bit slower right-hander of Degner 2. As he goes off track, and I do not think that he will finish this lap, but will still stay on board. Through the hairpin he went just a couple of seconds ago, and now into Spoon curve it is, double left-hander, as he lets, there is the Alpine pass, who is still on a very quick lap. He heads towards 130R. End of sector 2 he goes. Now he goes through 130R into the last chicane, hard braking zone again. Easy to lock up the front, takes the curbs nicely, and it is gonna be a 1:27.244, which puts him on pole for now, of course. But Jensen can already push him a step down, as he sets a 27.0. The next car might be Luke Mills, actually. Yeah, but he invalidated his lap. So he's either going in the pits or going again. He goes again. As now the Williams of Alfie Harvey proceeds to head into the pit lane. And Theo Smith might be the next one, I think. Invalidated as well. But the Mercedes goes on P1 with a 26.8. who's the next car to come across the line. Otto invalidated his lap, unfortunately, and it goes P4 with a 28.2. What about Hugh Smith? Oh no, he's not the Aston Martin in the last sector right now. Timo is on an out lap. Dino might be the next one. Yeah, Dino is indeed one of the next cars to go across the start-finish line and set at lap time. As David Hoy retired from the session, and so did Alfie Harvey. Dino goes P4. Well, whatever these two are doing. Luke Mills puts his Alpine onto the front row with just 0.02 of a second, that he's quicker than the Mercedes there, who is not going to improve now. Who's that McLaren? It has got to be Mackie, but this doesn't look like a quick lap. I don't know. He goes into the pit lane. Liam Cross, yeah, he's on a quick lap. What is he going to do? He does a 127.2. Somebody wants to join. But I'm not actually sure if he's supposed to be in the lobby. Let me just check this. Why I will... No, I won't leave you on board with Adam. I'll leave you on board with Timo for now. So I think he's supposed to be in the lobby, so we'll just invite him. I hope it worked. But anyways, Timo got P8 in the end. And there is an Alpine of Luke, who's going to start his lap. Liam lets a Red Bull by. This is the Red Bull of... I think it's Blake Ward. Yes, it is indeed. Who's on a quick lap, so we'll go on board and follow him through this last chicane, as he takes a lot of curb there, gets a little bit of wheel spin on the exit, which is not ideal, but it's still enough for P8, 27.7. As Jensen gets disqualified. What is going on there? Oh my lord. This is not good. No. Alright. There are some shenanigans happening there. And it's spun his Ferrari around, just like Ferrari always does. I guess he's just matching the style. Not sure. I will send another invite real quick. My PlayStation is sending an invite, so just... If you can't see anything right now, this is because I'm trying to invite someone, but my PlayStation doesn't allow it. I hope it worked. Anyways, let's get back to the action, as we have 88 minutes left here in Suzuka, and we already have 4 disqualifications. I mean, if we continue at this rate in the race, we'll be done by lap, what, 10? Let's see how this goes. Otto is going to set his lap, but he does not improve. What about Ennis? He goes out for a lap now, yeah. He is about to start his lap. As Adam got, I think Adam spun. We'll take a look at Dino. Maybe we'll get to see what happened. No, he's already been removed. Nevertheless, let's go back to the action now, actually. The Mercedes heads into the pit lane. The Aston Martin of... I forgot his name. It is... I will figure it out. I will figure it out eventually. Charlie Van is about to start his lap, and his teammate Theo Smith will follow him across the start finish line, but not to start his lap, but to finish one. And it is going to be a 1:28.8, which puts him P12 for now. Ennis has a purple middle sector and is 7/10 up. Let's see what he can do now. It looks like a good lap. 27.4 puts the Albanian driver P6 for now. And I will actually do this as there's 1/10 of a second between Luke Mills and Sam Short, I think it is, yeah. Timo goes into the pits, and this gives us some time to watch. I'm not sure if he's on a lap. Marko Dordovic, I think it is. I will take a look at... No, we won't take a look. We won't take a look. I forgot his name again. Come on. Charlie Van, of course. Ennis is on an in-lap. Who else? Marko Dordovic. I'm still not sure. He looked quite slow there. Yeah, okay. Alright, this answers my question. Interesting racing line there. Very interesting. What? What am I watching? Yeah, but he does indeed go into the pits now. And we'll have to wait at least a minute or two until the first car will set another time, or go on another lap actually. It will be Blake Ward. Marco's a rally driver, yeah. It looked like it. I don't really know what he wanted to do there, but he didn't crash or anything, so I guess it worked for him. Yeah, so in the race we'll probably have 27 laps, I think. Yeah, I think 27 on this course here in Suzuka. There isn't really much I can tell you. The circuit is about 5.8 kilometers long. I have absolutely no idea what this would be in miles. If anyone's bored, you can calculate and tell me in the chat. But I have no idea. we should have around, I looked it up, I think 17 or 18 corners, 3 sectors obviously, and yeah, I'm running out of words. But yeah, let's take a look at the first few people. Luke Mills, 1,000th of a second ahead of Gernman. This is obviously Sam Short, and I think it didn't race last week, so it looked like a really strong first race for him now, or at least qualifying. We'll see about the race later. Edwin Givander shows that he has the pace once again, as he put up a really strong quali performance last week already. But we'll go on board with Blake Ward now, who will take us through another lap of this beautiful circuit, in my opinion. Through the assets of Suzuka off the first sector, he goes now as he needs to correct a little bit there. Back end wanted to come around. Through Dunlop he goes. Easily take a flat out in these modern Dave 1 cars, and now into Degner 1, which he approaches quite slow, I think. Yeah, I don't think he's still on lap as Liam Cross. Oh, Liam! He crashed somewhere there. Unfortunate for him, it looked like another good performance in qualifying for the Englishman. I mean, it still might be, depending on how much everyone else will improve, as Luke now needs to rush to the start-finish line. Actually, he invalidated his first run and now has 30 seconds to go. It's gonna be tight, especially if you have Sam Short just a thousandth of a second behind you, who is on a flying lap, and we will see if he can improve. He is 300ths of a second down. No, up, not down. Up, of course. And goes through the last chicane. In this moment, he goes across the start-finish line, and it is not enough for pole position. 1,000ths behind Luke Mills, as if it stands like this. Dino is 1 second down, so he won't improve either. What about the Aston Martin of Charlie Van, of course? It doesn't look too bad, in my opinion. He comes around the final corner, and this is it is provisional pole position for him. This came out of nowhere. Edwin Givander got reset into the pit lane or something like that. What can Nathan Powers do? He didn't set a lap time just yet, so you will only improve. It is enough for 1:27.3, which puts him P6. Otto goes P6, which puts Nathan P7. And what about Luke now? Can he regain his pole position? Of course he can. He improves by nearly 3/10ths of a second, and this is enough for pole position by a little more than a tenth of a second. And this is down a lot. Timo is not improving either, so this is the end of qualifying, I guess. Liam only dropped 1 position. I'm not sure how much he could have improved in the end, but yeah, he crashed but still got P5, so I think that's a decent result for him. Otto very far up the order. and there were some other surprises as well. But we will talk about this right now. As obviously the man himself, Luke Mills, puts his Alpine on pole position once more, followed by Charlie Van, Sam Short, Edwin Javanda, Liam Cross, Otto Sonnelind, Nathan Powers, Enes Noka, Timo van Haften, Dino Pushkadia, Blake Ward, Marco Dordovic, Theo Smith, Adam Bradshaw, Melvin Ellens, I think, David Hoy, I forgot his name last week already, the Mercedes of Matthew Bailey, of course, Alfie Harvey and Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final grid for today's race here in Suzuka. I hope it's going to be as interesting as Brazil. A little bit cleaner would be very nice. And I just got told that the race start is at 7:28 UK time. So we've got a little more than 2 minutes to go through everything. This time that has been set now is just for the drivers to prepare their cars, their setups, their strategies and everything like that, so that everybody has sufficient time and won't complain in the end. And I think this is quite helpful. I think you really need that if you have an advanced strategy, I'll say, where you need to adjust your tire pressures, your fuel, your pit windows, everything like that. And I mean, it's not too hard for the drivers to just wait 2 more minutes and therefore ensure hopefully cleaner racing, better racing, closer racing, as everybody is as prepared as possible. And yeah, looking down that pit straight, as you can see, there are some bumps in the where the pit boxes are located. I think this is for the drainage system of the rain, but I'm not sure, as we are here right next to the Pacific. It obviously does rain quite a lot, and we have some clouds. I think it's called overcast here in the sky, so maybe it will rain in the race as well, which obviously will make it even more interesting. But we'll find out. We'll find out eventually, as it is 7:28 UK time now. It is just a matter of seconds until the Suzuka Grand Prix will be underway. As I've already learned from last week, I will not see a timer, or the 30-second timer to be exact, and therefore I won't exactly know when the race will start. I will just throw me right into the action. Yeah, as you can see, we've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the Suzuka Grand Prix is now underway, as Luke Mills gets a little bit of wheel spin, still gets the best start out of all the front runners, stays ahead into turn 1, as there is quite a... Oh, I've misclicked. Is there a safety car now? I unfortunately can't see anything. And is already trying to gain some positions here. 2 McLarens going side by side through Dunlop as Dino Pushkadia gets ahead of his teammate. Oh, nearly gets rear-ended there. And Red Bull needs to go very wide, Adam Bradshaw, in order to not hit him. And there's a huge dive there from Matthew Bailey into the hairpin. Makes the move stick though on Adam, who's tumbling down the order. Marko Dordovic now on the outside here of Jensen. Lost another position, I think. Jensen is obviously on the soft, so Marko doesn't need to fight him too hard. Side by side through 130R, Theo Smith and Matthew Bailey there. If they know what they're doing, then it will work. And it did in fact work. Jensen now goes past Dino Pushkadia. Obviously wants to make up a lot of positions in these first few laps. Luke lost the position actually to Charlie Van. But it's a long race, as I said, 27 laps, or now 26 to go. So Luke doesn't need to rush anything. And there are two cars, well, inside each other. I don't really know. Malvin Ellens is, I think he's not here. His car looks quite quick though, so I'm not even sure. It's just another glitch. Let's what did Mitch say? Let the carnage unfold. Yeah, it's definitely cleaner than last week so far, I'd say. It's quite enjoyable to watch so far. No horrendous dive bombs as on never mind. Jensen proceeds to dive bomb Ennis there a little. But of course he's on the top, so I understand that he wants to make up some positions, use these softs as much as he possibly can. Matthew Bailey also quite close behind the two McLarens. And I think Dino has lost some positions again, as he had one or two cars in between himself and his teammate. But now Matthew Bailey is does not hesitate at all. Pushes Dino a little bit on the curb there. Oh my days, he goes very wide, nearly into the wall, just about avoids it. Theo Smith slips through as well. Here we go. I said that it is cleaner so far, but never mind. Mitch, yeah, I'm well. I hope you're well as well. Great English skills there. No, but honestly, I hope everyone's good in the chat, and I hope we'll have an enjoyable race once again. This is a decent camera angle here, not gonna lie. Oh, Otto taps Nathan Powers there in the rear a little. As Timo DNFs in the first few corners there in the first sector in the S's. And this means it is safety car time. Bernd Mailander taking his Aston Martin there for a ride. And yeah, of course, the people that weren't past the pit exit entry yet are obviously going to pit now. Probably on to the hard tires. Edwin goes on the mediums. Maybe it is going to be something like Suzuka again, where I think that everybody is going to go on the hards and just until the end. But then lap 20 everyone is going to pit again. Except Luke, who then proceeds to win by 20 seconds. I hope it will be different this time. I really do. As I'll just try to re-invite Malvin there. I'm not even sure here. Yes, so this is ideal for Jensen, I guess. He used his softs very well. He's done everything he's possibly could, I guess. Gained, let me see, 11 positions. Yeah, alright, he's definitely used these soft tires. A remarkable, yeah, indeed remarkable start into this Grand Prix for him. F3 does no safety cars. I mean, it doesn't mean it has to be a worse Grand Prix though, in my opinion, as Liam is the first one to pit and 2 cars are following him. Yeah, but that's about it. Liam, Ennis and Jensen are pitting onto the hard. Yeah, Liam goes on the hard. No, he did not have to wait, did he? Huh? Well, whatever this was. They are on the hards, Jensen on the mediums, and it's on the hards as well. Let's see which strategy turns out to be the better one. David is on the mediums, but 3-lap old mediums, so I guess he's going to pit again once he's caught up to the pack. But actually it might be safety car in this lap now, as there were 4 or 5 cars pitting, so the pack is still quite close together, and the safety car, yeah, the safety car finished its job, I think. Bernd Mailander can go back to sleeping mode until somebody decides to crash again, and he needs to come out. Malvin Ellens, he's still a ghost, so I reckon he is not in the lobby because he's still on his old softs. This doesn't make sense in my opinion. But the light of the safety car should turn off right about now, and this means safety car will be in this lap, and I will turn on the telemetry just for the safety car restart, as Charlie Van goes a little slow. 50 kilometers an hour is not particularly fast in my opinion, but he does not stop and his pace is consistent, so it's all good. And he did he go now? Yeah, he did go, and yeah, it worked. It definitely worked. I wasn't sure, but yeah, it worked very well. Luke is 6 tenths behind him. Sam Short another 4, and Nathan Powers is nowhere near any of them. Everybody behaves into the first corner, which is good to see. And we can turn off the telemetry again. Blake Ward now through Dunlop, he goes in the midfield here. This race is still definitely on for him, as everything can happen. Not many cars have made the stop yet, and the midfield is super close in this tier, so everybody can come out ahead. It might not be a podium, but at least from P4 to down to P10 or 11, it is super close in my opinion, as Edwin overtakes the ghosted car there. This is, well, it's quite annoying I think, and distracting for the drivers right now. Jensen overtakes it on the straight. Probably the best. Oh my days! Liam Cross gets rear-ended by Jensen. Oh, this man isn't the most liked driver in the tier, I'd say. He's done quite some dives last week, and yeah, he retired from the session. Does not stop this race. He does the same again. And probably, not probably, he definitely impacted Liam's race there and might have robbed him of a podium. I don't know. We won't ever find out, I guess. Liam looked really quick though, so yeah, that is super unfortunate. That's all I can say. At Ennis, well, Adam definitely crashed there in the hairpin. Ennis says thank you very much and goes into P13, followed by David Hoy and the two AlphaTauris there, Liam and Malvin Ellens. Interesting AI behavior there, very interesting. As now Edwin might go for a move there on Marko Dordovic into turn 1. They're still side by side. The McLaren, yeah, decides to back out of it. Doesn't want to send it down the inside or anything. Just wants to stay as close to Edwin on the straights, I guess, to get the slipstream. And Ennis got overtaken. I've unfortunately missed that. David got past him. And Matthew Bailey got past Otto Zonderland there as well. Through Dunlop for Degner 1. It was quite a moment there that Edwin had. Adam picks up his first 3-second time penalty of this Grand Prix. Timo has left the session, but he is DNF'd already. Well, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait until the first few pit stops to know who's in for this race victory today. As I'm honestly not sure how the people are going to do in the end. The people that stopped early. David Hoy makes another position as Ennis follows him. I don't think he wants to send it down the inside in turn 1, no. Obviously he doesn't. Decides to stay behind him. And well, maybe they can work as a team during this Grand Prix now. Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. It's not that much of a difference, I guess. These first four drivers here, Luke, Charlie Van, Sam Short and Nathan Powers, it looks like they're the quickest today. Blake Ward can't really keep up with them and is out of the GRS. Matthew Bailey is behind Blake Ward as well. He might be able to close the gap, but well, first of all he will need to get past Blake, so and then there is the long midfield pack, probably stretching from, yeah, I'd say Blake Ward down to Theo Smith, probably. Alfie Harvey goes past Dino there. Alfie is the first car on that has pitted early. No, Edwin is. But Alfie is the first car on hards. As Blake makes up position now and is into P5 and now wants to close the gap to Nathan Powers as soon as possible. These three here are fighting for What's that? P11, David Hoy, Marko Dordovic and Enes Noka. Blake, I think he's gained a little bit, but not enough to actually close the gap to Nathan, and obviously not enough to get anywhere near GRS. So either he's going to invest a lot of his battery now, or he decides to stay far away and try to win this race over the long run. And it really wants to get past here. He's using now, but so is Marco. And I think we might see a dive bomb now into the last tab. Chicane there, and it got forced on the grass and spins. Well, I guess you could blame Marco now, but in my opinion, this was just a little impatient there from Enes. Could have waited until the DRS straight. And yeah, now he's at the back of the pack. Goes into the... Alright, yeah, you decide what you make from that picture there. And it's just, well, yeah, he crashed. He crashed. And this is perfect now for everybody who hasn't pitted just yet. So P1 to P7, they decided to not pit under the first safety car, and they have a perfect opportunity right now. Edwin is probably going to pit as well. Alfie might want to stay out though. I am not sure, as everyone ahead of him needs to go on hard as well. The softs won't make it that long. And I guess the difference between 7 lap old hards and 1 lap old hards are not that significant. So... it's a hard decision. I guess I would stay out. If I was him, I would stay out. But he doesn't. He goes in. And so far there's nobody who stayed out. There is an end plate flying somewhere. So somebody's lost it. Liam gets speeding in the pit lane penalty. He was the other candidate to stay out, but he decides against it and goes on the soft with 16 laps to go. That is a bold move in my opinion. But I'm not even sure if this was on purpose, because softs from now on, they are going to be cooked by the end. But as I predicted, yeah, we've got the first 8 all on the hards. Alfie went on the mediums again, which now actually that I think about it, might actually be better than if he stayed out. But in this midfield here, you are never safe. Everything can happen at any time, and so it's quite a risk at the same time that he stayed out, and obviously needs to fight his way through the field now. We will find out how this goes. Luke is still the leader of this Grand Prix. Sam Short right behind him does definitely have the potential to regain P1. He's quick. He's definitely proved that in this Grand Prix so far. Nathan Powers we will see. In my opinion, I don't think that he's on a normal day he is not quick enough to beat Luke. But this tier is everything but not normal anyway. Sorry. So I guess he's also in for the win, definitely. Charlie Van is of course definitely in the talk. He proved himself last week and this week again. He's very quick. Blake Ward, I think he's happy where he is right now. Obviously would want to improve, but he would happily take a P5. I guess that's just my personal opinion. Also, compared to last week, I think he will also take P6 without any questioning. Actually, he got P8 last week, so... But it's an improvement. Matthew Bailey, he's proved that he's one of the quickest drivers that this tier holds, and he definitely wants to make up some positions. I'm quite sure. We will see how this turns out, because if you're too aggressive, you will easily find yourself going into another car or in the wall, as this has just proved my point. Dino Pushkadia did race last week, but it didn't went quite the way he wanted. So P8, it's point for him. I think he will take that. It's a super competitive tier, so I think he's happy. Alfie Harvey, what? Otto has left us. Huh? What was that? I don't think I have him. No, unfortunately I don't have him. Well, whatever happened there, safety car's in this lap, so we will have to focus on that. As Luke leads the pack through the last chicane and goes now. He's done a very decent safety car restart. Not as good as the one from Charlie Van last time, I think. But still decent enough to not make anything possible for him. Marko Dordovic, quite a huge gap ahead of him. Edwin Javander right behind him though. Not an ideal situation for the McLaren driver there. Luke, obviously, he could maintain his lead through the first sector and now leads the pack through the hairpin, and I hope there are no dive bombs happening. The Red Bull there of Edward goes really deep, try to get the better exit, but he got blocked a little, so Liam says thank you very much, goes around the outside and gains the position. This was unfortunate for Adam, of course. He had a good idea, I think, but Liam had a better one. And yeah, Edwin didn't get through the corner quite good. So decides to send one through 130R on Marko Dordovic there. Liam Cross does not send anything into the last chicane, but will stay with them. The Alpine now pulls out of the slipstream and goes past Marko Dordovic there into P10, so it is points for him. Marko Dordovic is now being followed by the two Red Bulls here. I mean, one is technically an AlphaTauri, but you know what I mean. Liam and Adam. Adam obviously wants to take revenge on the position Liam gained on him. It was a fair move, of course, but Liam just took advantage of Adam's disadvantage. It was smart, it was really smart in my opinion. See, now decides to send something into the spoon corner and spins himself out. And I'll have to say it again, this was just some impatience right there. It is never a good idea to send it into spoon. And it is never ever a good idea if you are, well, if you just half send it. Either Liam fully commits to it or he just backs out of it. But to just stay alongside his rear left tire, this is never a good idea. It really never is. And well, yeah, I think he learned this today. Yeah, Spoon has definitely never been in overtaking spot. I don't really know what Liam has tried there. He learned his lesson, I guess, and so did Blake Ward as he goes really wide. Gets a really good exit though. But I think he was past Nathan Powers, who now could regain the position as it is last lap all over again now with Matthew Bailey. Oh, the Red Bull nearly spins on the curb. That tends to be very, very slippery. Good catch though, good catch. Loses a lot of positions though. Alfie slips past him as well. Can he come back though? Does he want to come back? No, he knows better and does not send it into the last chicane. Luke is still the leader of this Grand Prix, but Charlie Van puts the fastest lap of this Grand Prix so far. Blake Ward goes past Alfie right now. So does Adam Bradshaw, he goes past Marko Dordovic. And we have 11 laps, including this one of course, to go. Yeah, you do need the line, you do need the line. Spoon is, you can't take the two spoons as two separate corners. You have to take it as one flowing corner, and well, if you don't have the line for the first corner, you won't get the line for the second corner, and then it just ends up in carnage. As Otto has rejoined, and he is in P13 right now. Sam Short still chilling in the DRS of Luke. I think he's quite happy where he is right now. Just needs to wait until the last couple of laps, or maybe the last one, to then go for a move. Alfie now around the outside on Blake Ward into turn 1 and 2. He does not make it stick, even though he's on the better tire. Probably was a little bit cautious there, which is never bad, obviously. Better safe than sorry. And Alfie is still in for a very good position here, so... And it is another safety car, of course. Liam has binned it in... No, not... Yeah, Liam has binned it in turn 2. Alfie at least was still in for a very good position, so he did not need to risk anything, as his tires were still so much better. But of course this advantage might be gone now. and prepared as I'm always. Of course, I'm always super prepared. I have no idea if the softs will last the remaining, what, 8-9 laps. So it's gonna be a surprise if the people are going to pit or not. I say they will. Luke does pit, so does Sam Short, so does the Aston Martin, so does Nathan Powers, who nearly overtook the Aston Martin actually. Evan stays out, and he takes the lead. Auto pits, and the ghost colors, whatever. Actually, the ghost car of Melvin Ellen's is right in the middle of the grid now. This is not ideal. This is really not ideal. But you know, I'm not a driver, fortunately. And we have an Alpine 1-2, meaning there might be some team order here, that Luke goes past right away and Edwin tries to hold everyone up a little bit. I'm not sure. We will see. It is possible though, and in my opinion it would make sense. It would make a lot of sense, especially because the softs will already be so much quicker in the first sector through the S's. So if Edwin just lets Luke pass, and then Luke can pull away into the distance in the first sector, this might already secure him the race win. Or at least it would be very important, and a very important step. Sam Short in P3 also on the softs. Charlie Van in P4, Nathan Powers P5, Melvin Ellen's P6, but I'm still not sure if he's a ghost or not. I do believe he's not in the lobby. Blake Ward P7. Oh no, no, please don't tell me I forgot his name again. I did in fact forget his name again, but we will look it up. It is Matthew Bailey, of course. Matthew Bailey in P8, Dino Pushkadia in P9, David Hoy P10, Alfie Harvey P11. He will get a point though, as he will move up to P10 because of Melvin Ellen's. If he's able to overtake, of course. But I'm quite sure he is, or he will be. Adam Bradshaw P12, Marko Dodovic P13, and also Zonne Lind on brand new softs exits the pits now in P14. Oh, Liam's here. Overtake was on. Liam, I get your point, but the only thing I have to criticize is that you never really committed for the overtake. You were, at least on my screen, you were alongside his rear left tire all the time, and it looked to me as if you were indecisive if whether you should send it now or not. And if you would have just went for a clear dive, it might have worked out actually. But yeah, I guess you won't try it again there. And the safety car is probably going to come in this lap. Edwin has got what penalties? 5, and Adam has 3. Safety car, yeah, safety car does in fact come in this lap. And Edwin is still quite quick. Now decelerates the whole pack. behind him. I hope there are no incidents. And we'll see if there is any team order in or at Alpine. He does accelerate right now. Luke can follow him quite closely, but so does Sam Short and Charlie Van. They're all very, very close behind each other. Nathan can't really follow as of now, and Luke is stuck. Luke is definitely stuck behind his teammate. What a move! They're side by side still, going into the S's now of Sector 1. The Mercedes is around the outside, now around the inside. Oh! And Blake Ward wins it. I don't think that there was contact. Is it virtual safety car? Yeah, it is a virtual safety car. Luke already passed his teammate now. I don't really know what they're doing here, but alright. This is the opportunity for Luke, and obviously Sam and Charlie need to go past him as soon as possible if they still want to be in for the win. And safety car is ending right now. This is one of the worst places it could have ended for Sam Short. And yeah, obviously Edwin is going to defend. He's using all of his battery. They're going side by side into 130R. Or they make contact. The Mercedes goes a little wide. The S Martin gets forced on the grass. There's now side by side with Nathan Powers. Nathan on the inside. The S Martin around the outside. Does he get the better exit? Yes, he does. Edwin lost one position already to Sam Short. Now needs to defend to the against the S Martin. The S Martin does not have enough straight line speed. Can the Williams do anything about it? The S Martin tries to switch back, cannot make it stick, and this means Edwin is going to be ahead of both of them for another sector, and it costs them so much time. There's a little bit of contact again. Oh, what a move there by the Williams. Can he make it stick around the outside now in Dunlop? No, he can't, but the Mercedes catches up quite quickly there. Matthew Bailey, he does something into Degner 1? No, he decides to back out of it. But I'm sure that there will be a dive bomb now into the hairpin. I'm 100% sure. Charlie Van does not really know which side to choose. Outside, inside. He decides for the outside, gets forced off track there. Loses 2 positions now to the Mercedes and the Williams. The Mercedes obviously wants to go past the Alpine immediately. Cannot do this. He can't really make the move there in Spoon. Whoa, the Alpine is doing some good defending right there. I can't lie. Side by side to 130R again. The Alpine forces the cars off track. Decides to launch one into the chicane as they make contact again. The S Martins say thank you very much. They go 3 wide through the last kink here, and he's ahead. He's ahead of both the Alpine and the Mercedes. The Alpine can't get past the S Martin again, but the Mercedes slips past around the outside. This was a dramatic lap. This was a really dramatic lap. And Edwin is a sitting duck now in every corner. He's just so much slower than everyone else on this racetrack right now. It was the right decision to stay out for the team, so because Luke is 2 seconds ahead of Sam, but for himself personally, it definitely was the wrong decision. And yeah, as I said, Luke is over 2 seconds ahead now. Dino got past Edwin. Yeah, Edwin, his tires are dead compared to the new softs everyone else has. Jesus, these batteries, they're all under 10% as the Mercedes of Matthew Bailey tries something around the outside there. Obviously it does not work. And Charlie Van stays ahead with GRS from Nathan Powers. But their batteries are totally dead. Edwin lost another position to Alfie, I think. And is now under pressure from David Hoy and Adam Bradshaw, who are right behind him. He does not lose as much time to Alfie and Dino though, I feel like. He can stay quite close behind them. Will there be another dive bomb now from David into the hairpin? No, but the Red Bull of Adam taps in the rear. Who could have seen that coming? But anyways, David has had enough and goes past Edwin. Oh, but he goes off track. He goes wide and off track, nearly loses his car there in Spoon. And together with that, he loses the position to Edwin as well. He's able to regain it right away though. Can Adam do anything into the chicane here? No. He needs to stay behind and wait for the long straight. Charlie Van pulls out of the slipstream, goes past Nathan Powers and is on in a podium position right now, as Adam has retired from the session. In the pits maybe? I'm not sure. And Sam can't really close the gap to Luke at all. The gap's growing, in fact, and it doesn't look like he can win this race. It is a very good result still, and it was a very good race from him, but not enough for a victory. Nathan and Charlie are the ones we'll have to watch, battling for the last podium spot for P3. Nathan is flashing, but Charlie is nearly flashing as well. He does not have much more battery than Nathan does. And we've just got 2 laps to go now. This is the final stage and the important stage of this Grand Prix. Nathan does not use the remaining bits of his battery, and he won't be able to go for anything into turn 1. And neither does his teammate Alfie, who was also too far away from Dino to go for a move. And with 2 laps to go, this means we will only be able to overtake on the start-finish straight for one more time, and this is at the end of this / the start of the next lap. So if Nathan wants to do anything, he needs to use his battery now to be close and to then make a move into turn 1, or preferably before turn 1, of course. He is not far. He's just about 4 tenths of a second behind. This is definitely enough, and he's gonna gain a lot with the slipstream right now as they go into the final chicane. One penultimate time, and now they go onto the start to the straight for the last time of this Grand Prix. Nathan looks to be too far away, in my opinion. He does prove me wrong though. He does prove me wrong. They go side by side. As Martin makes contact and goes right off the track there. Can he come back into the S's? No, he cannot. But this race is not over. Charlie can definitely come back as he makes contact with Nathan. And Nathan is off. Nathan's into the gravel there. Oh my day, nah, come on. As he gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. But this... I don't want to be the steward. I do not want to be the steward right now. David doesn't send one into the hairpin. Charlie, of course, is on the podium now as he made contact with Nathan. So I can already tell you the result you will see at the end here is not going to be final. I'm quite sure. There will definitely be some review done. Nevertheless, Luke Mills comes across the finish line as first. Once again, race to victory number 2 for the Englishman there. Sam Short right behind him, P2. Charlie Van P3, Matthew Bailey P4, strong race. Dino P5, very good result as well. Alfie Harvey P6, David Hoy P7, Otto P8, Edwin P9. He's done a lot for his teammate though, I'd say. Nathan Powers P10, super unfortunate. Was in P3 until like what, 4 kilometers before the end. We'll see how the stewards are gonna decide, as there obviously was contact in turn 1 already. So we'll have to wait until the next race to see the final result. And this is race over for round number 2 here in GRS. It was a very enjoyable Grand Prix once again. Of course we had some safety cars, but it was a little cleaner than Brazil, I'd say. Still a lot of room for improvement, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the race again, as Luke fell onto the ground. And yeah, congratulations to the podium, of course, Luke, Sam and Charlie. Japan did not disappoint, I'll have to say. Japan did definitely not disappoint. Next week it is going to be Singapore, I think. But we'll talk about this in a second. Now the final result. Luke, Sam, Charlie, Matthew, Dino, Alfie, David, Otto, Edwin, Nathan, Malvin and Marco, Adam as well, and everyone else unfortunately DNF'd. I'll just make sure to get the race director. And Jesus, David Hoy has done 4 pit stops in this Grand Prix. Alright, interesting. But yeah, next week Marina Bay, Singapore. I hope it's going to be as much fun as the last 2 races, and I hope I'll see you again. I really enjoyed commentating this race, and yeah, make sure to turn in again next week. Tune in, not turn in. turn in on your rivals, but not on YouTube. Tune in, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and have a good evening.